But you would just slide your feet in, and you would put your foot, the back of your foot was on the back of the shoe.
Right.
So it would crush it down, but you would still wear them out of necessity because you couldn't go buy any other shoes.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we wore shoes like that for years. And then this fashion came about.
Yes.
Where they started to make shoes
like that.
Like that, where they actually cut them where the back was out so you could slide into them, but the front of them, they were
They
called...
have those now. They have those as slippers as well. I've seen a lot of slipper brands that do that.
Exactly. And so we create... as a people, things out of necessity because we don't have the money to do things. And the hairstyle that I was mentioning, I remember when I was younger in high school or whatever, that girls would use Kool-Aid to dye their hair. I'm not even sure. Did they do that in the UK?
I don't know if we did the Kool-Aid thing, but we definitely had the crazy colors. Definitely.
But they would use Kool-Aid because Kool-Aid was so bright. And do they even have Kool-Aid?
Well, we don't have Kool-Aid as such, but we know what it is, and we have equivalent drinks like that.
Right. And so when they'll stain your hands.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, so you get these big vibrant cherry reds and grapes and all this stuff.
And the green. So
they would use that to actually color their hair, and then people...
They have to color their hair now. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they're out of necessity. They couldn't afford dye.
Right. That's right, yeah.
So you use about 3-4 packages of Kool-Aid, I guess. I don't know how it works. I just know. And then within the last maybe 10, 15 years, I saw a lot of young ladies in the urban environment. I call it urban instead of the hood. But same thing. But they would go out and they'd buy these hair hats, as I called them. And it would just be a whole wig in a big, crazy, bright color that they would just glue to the top of their head. And then they looked like the Flintstones, like Barney and Fred's wife. And
I have to tell you that in Jamaica, a lot of Jamaican girls that I knew, especially at school, they used to come with some hairs that way, some styles. Bad. Sometimes it would look, you'd be like, wow, that is just a creation. It looks good on them, though. It suits them. Other times you just think, that looks like a bird's nest. But,
But, I mean, that we do things and we cause changes to style and to music, and then when it's absorbed into the younger people, because every young person likes it, then it becomes fashion. And that's what I think happened even with the hair, because now I see a lot of people with this crazy, really, really red and yellow and blue hair. And it came from our communities, I believe.
That's too funny. Oh, my God. But you see, okay, I have to mention this link because... Again, what you're just saying is so on point. Okay, Texas women give a gruesome account about plastic surgery in, where did we guess? Tijuana, Mexico. Okay, what did we say? What did I say earlier about people going to Mexico and places like that? Because they don't want to pay the prices to have these cosmetic surgery procedures in their own home countries because it's expensive. So they search and scour the web and they find places such as this. And I know there's places in Europe as well where they take the chance. You paid your money, you take your choice kind of thing. But in my book, as far as I'm concerned, right, I ain't being funny. But sometimes you buy cheap, you buy twice. Or in this case, you buy cheap and you pay the price. And if you survive, you may think, okay, I might have to have another surgery just to correct the mess.
Well, and that's the dangerous part about this. You go through and you're doing this because you feel that you need to. I don't think you ever, like I said, if it's medically necessary, yes.
Yeah, if it's necessary, but
But if you feel like you need to because you want to look like whoever, Nicki Minaj or whoever, you are putting your life in danger if you don't do it legally.
Or do your homework, because the thing is, the good doctor is usually going to charge you a good price, and that's the money. So you better be careful, right? Because if he's telling you he's only going to charge you a couple of $100 or a couple of $1,000, you should think again.
But we call that the player price. That's what the player price is called in the United States.
Like that, player price. Yes, play with your life price.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
That's what that is. Oh my God. Just because they say, okay, we can have it done cheaper. But I ain't being funny. Sometimes cheap ain't always good,
Well, really, not sometimes. I think it's most times it's not good.
Because you just be like, because if they just realize, okay, what if it's a dodgy doctor, right? Who, you didn't realize that this dodgy doctor doesn't really have the qualifications, or hasn't maybe done these procedures that many times. What if through the surgery there's a real major complication, and because remember, if you've gone to some backstreet Mr. John, you look here, he might turn around and just say, I can't do this, and just leave you there. How you know he can leave you there and just go about his business? He's got the money. So he could just leave you there on the table.
Well,
die.
You weren't supposed to be there in the first place normally. And so when, he knows he's going to get in trouble, or she knows she's going to get in trouble, so they're going to eject and leave you suffering. And
you might even still be unconscious when they decide to just hit the road and leave you there. You don't know. They might not even look back and say, okay, at least let me make the person wake up, or help them, or send them to hospital. At least let me call them an ambulance. They might not even want to do that for you. You don't know. And if you're in
they're saving their own skin at that point.
That's what I'm saying. What if you're in a foreign country and you don't speak the language? So say you go to Mexico or something, you don't speak Spanish or whatever. Say you go to Brazil and you don't speak the language. What are you going to do? I should laugh. It's not.
But that's dangerous. I mean, but people out of vanity and out of that's what vanity is to me. You're doing this to really, you're not doing it for any medical gain. You're doing it so that you can look better, and that's a dangerous thing.
You're in big trouble. Okay, like I said, if people feel they got to go through these things, fair enough, because no one can't tell you what to do. It's your life. You're an adult, whatever. But I ain't being funny. Please do your homework. You need to do your homework, and don't just think, okay, cheap means I get it and it's going to be all fine, but I get it at less, like a quarter of the price that they would normally charge for this procedure. Oh, please, come on now. Because sometimes, like I said, you may not wake up. Or if you wake up, you may be in so much pain that you wish you didn't wake up.
Well, to me, how much is your life worth? That's what it equates to me. Is my life worth saving, if $1,000. There's a show, what is that show called? It's the King of Queens. And the show, they're really really mean people sometimes. But he got his wife, he got a coupon to get eye surgery for his wife.
No.
And they could only basically, since it was a coupon, it was a discount, so it wasn't the best eye surgeon.
Oh, my. You don't want to mess with your eye? I've had my eyes done. You don't do that.
But that's doing it on the cheap. You're saving money.
No. Okay. No, and more not people. You don't do, okay. Well, if you're going there, you come out blind. Come on now. That's not.
But you had a coupon.
Forget the coupon. I can't get back my sight. These people. Stop it now. Oh my God. See, we laughing, but look here. Okay, people, let's just be real. You don't need to go under the knife for these types of procedures unless your doctor has told you specifically that you need these things. Otherwise, please stay away. Get down the gym. You need to get down the gym and eat healthy. Because look, let me tell you, right, if you want to do, you want your bottom to get nice and juicy and round, okay, just go to the gym. Or even if you don't want to go to the gym, lots of walking. Let me tell you, lots of walking, squats, them step business, anything like that. You do that enough times, I'm telling you, the more you do that, your bottom will go up and you will start to have a ledge, if that's what you want.
Okay, you need to define that, because I don't even know what a ledge is.
A ledge, it will stick out, basically. If you want some junk in your trunk, you just get to step in. You start walking, you start squatting. Listen, ask any gym bunny person or any trainer. They will tell you that the squats can be lethal, right? But I'm telling you, that's what's, because remember the butt or the booty, as you guys call it. Listen, that's the biggest muscle in the body. So you got to work it. Stop being so lazy and trying to pump it full of stuff. It doesn't like that.
But don't you think that's some of the problem, because it's people that aren't willing to take that step and exercise and sweat and
it's gonna be
they want a quick fix.
I tell you why it's going to be their problem, because I can tell you, you know what, I should have found this article. You just reminded me about this woman. I think she was on the show Botched, Link 5. She was on the show Botched, right? Well, you see what this woman did to herself. And I have to say, I'm sorry, but she was a Caucasian woman, okay? So I'm just going to put it out there. But she went and had all I can describe it as is packs of silicone type looking gel business put in her bum. Okay, because she wanted to have a nice backside. She liked the look. Okay, you know what? When the woman was messing with us, she was like just looking in the mirror one day and, you know, looking at herself. You know, one of her friends said to her, your bottom's upside down. And she's like, what? And her friend was saying to her, look, your implant has turned upside down, so it's facing the wrong way.
There's truly something wrong with that.
I nearly died. This woman was walking around with, and the thing is, she could touch it, and every time she touched it, it would flip.
That's horrible.
Can you imagine? You got these implants in your bottom, right? But in all seriousness, see, I'm laughing, right? Because when you see it, it was just hilarious. But she had to have emergency surgeries, right? Because they had to take that out because it was leaking into her body as well. And every time she touched it, it keeps flipping. So she's got one facing the right way, and then the other one just keeps flipping. So she was getting self-conscious again because she's realizing that she can't trust herself to go out. Because what if she sits down, and then when she stands up again, 1 minute when she sits down, her bottom was nice and juicy. When she stands up again, the thing's turned up.
That's just insane. That's insane.
I swear to God, when I saw that, I was like, okay, see, now that's one of the reasons why you need to not mess with it. Just don't do that. Or what if they put something, like, say if you go and have a breast implant, obviously you wouldn't do this, K-Rose, you don't need to.
But some men do. I mean, some men do.
Okay, they have, is it the pectorals?
Yeah, oh yeah, some men do that.
So now, what if you go and have that and they put it in the wrong place? Say you go to a dodgy surgeon and they put it under the muscle, or they put it in the wrong place, or it starts to leak. I mean, come on now. You see what I mean? Why are you going to put yourself through all this? There's people out there. There's a human Barbie doll and a human Ken doll?
Yep. I thought about them earlier in the show, and they're just as ridiculous.
I was like, okay. And like I said, if you see the before pictures of them when they started to the so-called works of art that they want to become, you don't even notice. You won't even think it's the same person. Link 6, K-Rose. Images from Botch. Now, people, if you don't know what this is yet another TV reality show, but it focuses on dodgy surgeries that have gone wrong. And these two renowned plastic surgeons, Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif, they are the ones that people will go to try to fix things when the surgery's gone wrong, basically. And believe me, they've had some real whoppers, mate.
Well, and that to me, you're also dealing with, and a lot of these people went to plastic surgeons that had offices that were, normal
they thought
people,
it was good.
And they still had problems.
Yeah, but these two, I mean, they charge a lot of money, but they are very, very, very good. And they all say, we have been certified by however many boards, we have the qualifications. And yes, see, but this is the thing, a lot of people don't want to pay that price. So it falls to the good surgeons and like people, the hospitals and such, to try to help people when they've gone and had something dodgy done, and then they've come back. Because usually when people have something dodgy, they go out of their country, innit? They go to Europe or they go to wherever, Mexico.
Remember the person we talked about in Dallas, she didn't go out of the country.
She didn't go out, but she went to someone dodgy and she paid the price.
Right, that's what we're talking about.
Price.
And so but you don't just see them in the yellow pages. She had someone that she knew or she heard about them doing this procedure, and she went to them because other people she knew had gone to them, and she didn't realize she was putting her life in jeopardy.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't understand why people, want to do that. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, okay, really? Do you really, really need to do this? Number one, do you need to do this? Number two, do you need to go to that particular doctor to do it? Because, hello, if you go and you do your research, because most people, I'm assuming, would do some type of research, right?
No, come on now. You and I both know.
Okay.
These people are not researching, or they would know that it's too dangerous. So the first thing they're doing is researching how good it's going to make them look.
Okay, but that's number one. That's wrong. Because if you're going to do something like that, you need to find out who can do it. Find out as much as you can about the procedure, who you can get to do it that's actually certified and qualified to do it. Okay, it might cost you a lot of money, but maybe you should wait a few years then if it's going to take you a while. Because by the time you save up the money, you might have changed your mind and you might not want to do it again.
Okay, so can you check back into the real world again? And check out of that place that you're staying in, and then come back to the illogical world.
Yeah, the illogical one is the one that everyone's on that train, isn't it? Everyone's on the great. Okay.
And see, you keep trying to jump off the illogical train.
They are going to suffer. That's what we're going to say. You people don't understand. When we start showing you these articles at Ask